To bring in Kirk Burkhalter, professor of law at the New York Law School, also retired detective for the NYPD. Welcome back, sir. It's nice to talk to you this morning.
Good morning.
NYPD spent most of the night on Columbia. They made arrests. They removed protesters. It seemed like a method response. What's your assessment on how the police department handled the situation?
I think it was a very measured response. You know, what struck me was it was only about, 3 or 4 years ago where the police department really took it on its chin for its response here in New York to the protest and during the aftermath of the murder of George Floyd. The city agreed to pay about $35 million, and the New York City Department of Investigation issued a scathing report. Well, this is the tale of two cities. Here, I think the police department was very focused. While there was a very large show of manpower, the purpose of such was their focus on minimizing the violence. And we didn't see violence last night. It was an extremely measured response. The police had excellent intelligence information as to the nature of the barricades within Hamilton Hall and so forth. Not out of the woods yet. These situations are very fluid, but it does show that police departments can learn and adapt. And here, it's pretty amazing that they were able to effect so many arrests, but we didn't see any video of any police officers really engaged in violent activities with the protesters.
I think you're making a really good point because so many officers were on the scene, but NYPD did have to wait for permission from Columbia to remove those protesters. But to your point, I'm sure planning something like this takes a lot longer. How long has this operation been planned?
I would have to think that the police department has been planning for this particular operation for days in case they were called in. They've probably been planning since their last response to the university. This is what police departments do. The New York City Police Department in particular has an intelligence division, and this is their job to assess the threat level and determine how to execute such a plan without loss of life and harm to civilians. You have a particularized problem here where there was credible information, and we will see once the names are released that many of the people who participated in the occupation of the building weren't even students. These are folks who the police tend to refer to as professional agitators, folks who travel around. If you look at those scenes at UCLA, students don't show up with bear spray and shields and masks and so forth. So, that was another wrinkle here, and that's really what the police department had to spend so much time preparing for.
Yeah, right now the scene from UCLA looks a lot different from what's going on at Columbia University as we take a live look by the campus right now. We know the NYPD used armored trucks. There was a tactical vehicle that I'd never seen before with the ladder. Is this a standard response from the NYPD for a situation like this?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a standard response. They're constantly evolving. That truck is called a Bearcat, and it's used by emergency service. And the purpose is just for that, rather than using a ladder, which is not necessarily always safe when you think about the gear that police officers carry to access the second floor of a building. This truck is much more effective and can be maneuvered. So the police department, it's always modifying its tactics to be more effective. So I think some of the tactics we saw yesterday were kind of standard operating procedure. Others were modified. The fact that they barricaded off the area to minimize interaction with anyone from the outside and the police and those who they were trying to enforce these regulations against trespass with. That was also very important. So standard in a certain respect. My father and I, who's a retired New York City police sergeant, were talking last night. He was at Columbia in the 60s when he was a member of the police department. And some things remain the same, but many things change.
We can say that about so many things. Fantastic insight, sir. Kirk Burkhalter, nice seeing you again.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.